All right, so now that we're gonna get ready to throw the liner in, what we do need to make sure, we're doing this as a learning exercise, but what we do need to do is make sure that we put some engine oil on our seal. So we make sure we have, as long as this is the seal that's going down into our engine oil gallery or sealing against the lower, then we make sure that we get engine oil on there. Now, if this is not going to go into the lower, so let's say you're doing a cat engine and some of those seals are going to be sealing against coolant, do not use engine oil on them. Instead, dish soap would be your friend to do those. So otherwise, clean off your excess oil, make sure you have oil on the seal. If you are reusing old liners, be aware of the major and minor thrust surface. And so think about the crankshaft rotation. From the front of the engine, it's going to be going clockwise. And so this side is going to be the major wear. This side is going to be the minor wear. And so if you're going to reinstall liners, be aware of that major and minor thrust surface as you reinstall them. So you can usually see the wear pattern in the liner. Since this liner was installed and hasn't had a lot of runtime, there's not a lot of a wear pattern built up. So once you're at that point, you want to be careful about lining up that liner, getting it dropped into the block. Don't drop them. Don't get your gloves pinched in them. All right, so you can push it down by hand, but you also want to make sure it's fully seated. There are going to be claws we'll put on so that we can measure liner protrusion, but there is a tool, really common. This one's a bit of a homemade job, but works just as well. And it's got a plate that sits right on the liner. And we can see over here, I got a head bolt in, so I'm able to hook the tool onto the head bolt. So we adjust our tool accordingly. We make sure that this plate is sitting flat against the liner as we're looking to push down. All right, let's talk about pulling a liner. So this is our generic liner puller, and what we have on the bottom of this thing on each of the feet is a little claw, and that claw is going to grab the bottom of the liner. Each of these legs are adjustable for length, so we can change the length that's going to reach down to the bottom of the liner. And then these feet right here are going to rest against the deck, and we're going to be able to push on the deck and pull up on the liner, and we're going to do that by using this center threaded bolt. So what we do is we fold the legs in, we drop this down, we expect the legs to pop back out when it hits the bottom of travel. Now, what you can run into is that the engine is going to be barred into the wrong position, and so you won't be able to pull that liner. And so you'll have to bar over your engine to get your crank in a different position so you have room to get the tool to reach all the way down. All right. So you do want to try and pull your liners when you're at BDC, bottom dead center on that hole. And that way when you go to drop this tool in, you'll have enough room to drop the legs down without hitting the crank. So we drop it into place. We're able to drop it all the way down. Keep turning it, the puller rod out until the legs pop out. There we go. At this point we have a good grab. So now we'll start to turn the puller in, and that'll start grabbing our liner. So just like that, now we have our liner grabbed on the bottom feet of each one of these legs, and we are able to turn on this puller threaded rod, and that is going to pull our liner up till our seal is free of the seal bore. What we're going to notice is we only really have to lift it up about 1/2 inch until that seal is free and clear, and then we'll be able to lift up the whole assembly. Friend, chef's kiss to Jared for having that socket and ratchet ready for me. So now what we'll see, you can do this with an impact if you want to be a little bit more hasty, but you don't get a good feel of whether it's binding, and so doing it by hand is better. And so all we're doing is simply lefty loosey righty tighty driving in that puller bolt, and that is going to help us see that our liner is lifted up until we're past the first flange, I can now pull the ratchet off, and I should be able to reach in, and everything should pop out all at the same time. All right, so when we go to reinstall a liner after we've cleaned up our machine surface here and we've cleaned up our lower counter bore so everything is nice and clean, we're gonna have a nice metal to metal seal. What we want to do is take a little bit of engine oil, because this lower seal on this engine in particular is actually sealing against our crankcase, so that's going to be engine oil. If it's a coolant seal, don't put engine oil on it. Instead, use dish soap. Sunlight liquid dish soap is your friend. Use that instead. So now we're going to have that. Be aware of your major and minor thrust surfaces of your liner. We're going to drop it in place. Try not to pinch your fingers or pinch your gloves. And we're going to line it up. Now you can start this by hand and you can see it starts to go in. Now we do have to push it all the way down. We are going to use some claws to hold the liners in place while we use a sled gauge and check liner protrusion after. But before then, you'll see how I have a cylinder head bolt in place right there. We're going to put a sacrificial layer, a soft piece of wood or something soft on top of that liner to prevent the firing from taking any damage. We're going to put our little press bracket in place, and now we have a lever and even a pry bar, a few of that fork that works for spring brakes. But now we're going to take this lever, we are going to hook it in to the head bolt just like this. We're going to notice that it's resting right there, and we're just simply going to push down until it clunks. When it's all the way down, now we would pull our tool away, and we're going to see that our liner is down. Okay, at this point, our goal would be for us to put the retainers in place. Sometimes you can just get away with using a large washer on the bolt, and you want to torque them down right here and right here, sort of opposite of each other. And then you want to use a sled gauge to measure what your liner protrusion is, and you're going to check it in 4 spots. And you're going to check it against manufacturer's spec to know whether the counter bore needs to be cut lower and shims need to be put in place to bring the liner back up to the proper height. If this liner protrusion is not correct, what's going to happen is that this fire ring is not going to seal in the head gasket, and we are going to end up getting combustion gases leaking in to the coolant galleries, and this is often where you'll see your expansion tanks popping off right here. You'll see this expansion tank leaking dramatically, and that'll be because your combustion gases got into your coolant system. So keep in mind, if you're installing liners and it's an oil seal you're dealing with, engine oil goes on it. If you are dealing with coolant seals, like on a Cat, you would be using them, you would be making sure you use Sunlight as your lubricant. Don't install the liners dry.